Hey guys, Mano here. Welcome back to the channel. Last week I test rode this 2014 Harley Davidson Sportster 48 that my friend asked me to do some work on. In terms of how this bike feels and performs, all I can say it's an awesome emotional experience. This bike, well, it's generally stock and in working condition, but it needs TLC and some cosmetic upgrades. Now, my friend showed me a bunch of pictures he found on the internet and wants me to turn his generally stock 48 into something like this. This is an interesting project for me since this is also the first time I get to work with the Harley. Not just any Harley, but the legendary Evolution V-twin powered Sportster. A Harley that I have been admiring from a distance, and this is an awesome learning experience, at least for me. Now, after some parts research, a lot of YouTube and Instagram digging, and eventually removing parts to get some work started, I realized that this bike is going to become the Sportster that you see a lot on social media. So in this video, I'll be telling you my first time impressions on working with this bike, and I will be sharing with you the must-do modifications to make this bike into the Instagram Sportster. Okay, so this video will be part 1 of this project. I'll be posting part 2 once I'm done working with this bike. As of now, this is how it looks like, and this is the perfect time to show to you the mods we will be doing to make this bike become the Instagram Sportster. Again, this is my first time working with the Harley, and it's a learning experience, so bear with me. So the Sportster, as it sits now, is all naked. I had to remove all the body parts and send them to the painters. Just like all the Sportsters you see in social media, this will be blacked out, but to make it stand out a bit, the gas tank will be the only one of a different color. Now, removing these parts require no skill at all. My only complaint about doing so is why do I have to use a bunch of different tool measurements? Some fasteners are in metric, some use these dumb hex bits, but most of the time it's SAE. And SAE is confusing for someone used to metric tools. And if there is a metric bolt or nut, normally it's an 11 or 13. Who and why the hell do you use these? Anyway, this bike is a perfect excuse for me to buy new tools, and that is always an awesome feeling. Now, to make this Sportster into the Instagram star that it will become, we need to do some modifications and install a bunch of bolt-on parts. The good thing about this particular unit is it already has the K&N air filter, the Vance & Hines exhaust, the Perez solo seat, bobbed rear fender, and the Öhlins rear suspension and the wider rear tire. Now, first mod would be to tuck the wires. This is a very popular mod as I see all over the internet. All the wires located under the gas tank are covered by this ugly piece of plastic. To do this mod, you have to take that plastic piece out and transfer all of these wires on top of the frame, making the area between the tank and the engine look super clean and tidy. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I hate dealing with wires and I have no patience for that. But for this Sportster, I really appreciate how Harley color-coded and arranged everything in matching sockets. It's just a matter of remembering which goes into which that even an idiot like me won't screw it up. Now, another must-do for this Sportster is to change the handlebars. Now, the stock bars of the 48 are decent already, but to make it look more aggressive and aesthetically pleasing, we went with this zero-drag handlebar setup. It lowers the reach of the bars and has a mild back sweep. From the side, it gives you this impression of speed, and you, as the rider, are holding on for dear life. Now, installing this handlebar is pretty straightforward and super easy. Just make sure you put everything back the way you took them out. Now, another mod I see a lot on the Instagram Sportsters is the speedometer relocation. For this, you need a kit to do so. I went with this 3-piece kit that replaces top handlebar clamp and speedo relocator that clamps to the fork tubes. This mod will require you to extend the wires to make them fit properly, by the way. Now, the final piece to complete this setup is the headlight. The stock headlight is your usual halogen setup. Not the brightest and definitely looks out of place considering this bike will be blacked out. To give this bike a more modern look and to match the blacked out theme, we went with this LED unit. And to keep it in place, an aftermarket headlight grille is a must. Now, getting to this point in customizing the Sportster into the Instagram bike it will become wouldn't be possible without the help of the Harley Sportster community, which is awesome. Now, while I was doing research on all of these mods, I was very pleased by the amount of information found in the internet. Everything that I have done to this bike has detailed instructions found in YouTube. In my opinion, the Sportster is one of the most well documented motorcycles, making it easy for DIY mods and maintenance. Honestly, I was a bit hesitant on working with this bike, but given the amount of info found on the internet, this project is a lot less intimidating now. Big thanks to all the other YouTubers out there who took the time in sharing valuable information. And if you're wondering where I got these parts, the answer is AliExpress, eBay, and all those e-commerce platforms. Yes, they're everywhere. Okay, as of now, I'm currently waiting for a few more accessories to bolt on and word from the painters. I will be doing a bit of maintenance to this bike for now, and hopefully in the next video I'll be featuring this bike, but in its completed form. Now that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this helpful and consider subscribing to my channel. If you have something to add to this topic, leave a comment below. As always, see you next time. Bye.